So, welcome to Day Zero. I made a video previously where I had a really terrible microphone. Hopefully this time the sound will be a lot better than previously. Hopefully. Well, I'm here to tell you what Day Zero is. Everyone knows what DayZ is, and basically since the get-go there's been DayZ servers called SE9 and SE10 that were renamed by the server administrator Tansien into SE1, SE2, SE3, 4 and 5. Basically what Tansien did was that he started out hosting the official DayZ servers, but when the community of Zombies.NU got so big that there were enough frequent players there to start asking for like special things, basically what Tansien and a couple of friends of his did was that they started making a branch of the official DayZ server, or rather the official DayZ mod, which they called DayZero. Basically I'm just summarizing something that happened over a period of, well, almost a year, or at least 6 months or so. But essentially what DayZero is a byproduct of what the community has asked for, what Tansien and his friends wanted in a game. And what they have done is basically changed DayZ from what it originally was into what DayZero is today. And what is that? That's pretty much what I'm trying to tell you here. Well, first of all, we're still on Churnerus. As of now, we DayZero just released a patch 0.9.9.6, I think it's called, and we're still in Churnerus on this one. There is 1.0 release coming very soon. It was intended to be released like almost roughly a week ago, but these servers have been suffering from DDoS attacks from rivaling mod makers. It's interesting that there can be conflicts over something as silly as a game, but there we are, humanity, internet and so on. So DayZero pretty much is the vision of Tansien and his friends and the community. And to begin with, you will notice that there are different loot tables on these servers. That's one of the changes. Another of the changes is the user interface has been changed a little bit. But the really significant changes are with how you can not log off or log off during combat, and what weapons are available, and the buildings of the Chernarus map, and the Podogorsk map that is going to be with the 1.0 release. Other than that, it's basically regular DayZ, really. You have the standard stuff. You pretty much have to survive. You have to get your basic gear. But of course, it's going to be more difficult because the DayZero loot tables are much different than the ones from the official DayZ. Other things that have changed are one-hit sniper rifles. Basically, what has changed is that sniper rifles and well, American rifles as well have really been made a lot less common. So you will find your AKs, you will find your like pistols, Russian pistols, and so on. So what they've done is change the loot table, so you can find pretty much decent standard Russian weapons like the Makarov and the axe and stuff like that. You will be hard pressed to find a sniper rifle. The best sniper rifle readily available is the CZ550, which is actually the most common sniper rifle on these servers, where you would find like 107s or DMRs or similar. Oh, here's a guy, and he's pretty much dead. Yeah, he's dead in a standing position. Oh well, I'm just gonna take some bandages from you. So, where was I? Well, DayZero does not have as many sniper rifles as the official DayZ mod has. It also has a different damage table, which changes a lot of how weapons deal damage. So, for instance, well, I should add that there are some changes that are on the official DayZ. I'm not entirely up to date, so some things that I say might be a bit sketchy. But essentially, they've changed the damage output of a lot of the rifles and guns to sort of fit better with what they want you to do with DayZero. I think also originally the vision was that DayZero would go for more authentic gameplay, which is to say that on any I haven't found on any of the DayZero servers people lying with sniper rifles in the starting locations. Basically because you can't at first you can't one hit snipe anyone unless you hit them exactly in the head, and usually people who want to play the way of hiding on top of mountains and shooting starter players, they're not terribly good shots generally. So basically the sniper rifles won't one hit kill you. And then of course the loot tables have changed, so there is a more diverse, more spread out loot situation with the Chernobyl map that is released right now. I can't say anything about Podgorsk, unfortunately, because I haven't tried it. But with DayZero, you pretty much have different enterable buildings than you have on the official Chernobyl map, and the locations and placements of loot things on Chernobyl for DayZero are much better in my opinion. Basically, you have a bigger northeast airfield, you have more buildings that you can enter on spread out locations, which means you don't really have to do what I'm doing currently, which is run around on Electro to find some good starting gear. You don't have to, you can just immediately run north, because you definitely will pass by buildings that will have what you need. Which is a good change, I think. It really makes it less predictable when you come to locations such as Electro and such. You will find less players focused on killing you there. Of course there will be players killing you, but it is not as frequent on the DayZero servers as it is on the official servers, due to the reason that more players find it reasonable to like run north instead of just run along the coast to get the starter gear and die over and over again. Of course this occurs here as well, but I find it not as common as I used to find it on the official DayZ servers. So what else is different? Well, first of all, it's very uncommon with cheating. That was one of the things that really made me ticked off about the official Hive and official service. All the separate DayZero service for the SE service at least have unique hives, which means that your character will be unique for every server. So for instance, here I'm playing on SE3, and it's the first time I played on this server. So pretty much I'm gonna have to start all over again here, and I think it's a good thing, because you'll see what's new and what isn't new. You will see, and you will find that for instance, Electro is very similar to what you're used to, with one perhaps big difference. And let's see if I am going to be able to find that, because there are a lot of corpses here. Well, that is new for you probably. The sounds are probably not new though. I don't know if you hear me now, but because there's a lot of noise here, and I doubt that I'm safe in here. Well, you can enter this hospital now, and it will have blood bags occasionally. The loot tables have changed, so you're more likely to find painkillers and epis and stuff like that. Even morphine is less common. You'll also find a little bit more crashed vehicles here, so the landscape has been changed a little bit, which is for the better, I think. It really looks more like there's been a zombie apocalypse, and they've done things to, like, oh, I'm under fire here. They've done things to try and, like, fortify themselves. There's a lot of players here. Fortunately, thus far the guy is not a terribly great shot. So essentially, what happens is that when there's something like people trying to survive, people trying to, like, live inside a town where there's full of zombies, you will find more barbed wire. You will find more, like, locations that would suit the premise of the entire DayZero DayZ gameplay, so to speak. Okay, now I can finally defend myself. Just need to change out these. So, for instance, in the you will find military sites on locations. You will find a survival ACU. Yeah, thank you. You will find more, like, thought-through placement of things in this mod. As well as more, everything is just more like they've spent a lot of time on making the details work better. I should also say something about combat, because something else other than cheating that was common, that isn't happening anywhere close to what's happening on the official server, is there's no combat logging here. Well, essentially there isn't. Because, for instance, if I want to log here and I press escape, I have to wait for 30 seconds before I can do it. If I press Alt F4, my character will stay put there for, I believe it is 15 minutes. Which essentially means that if I combat log, I will get killed. This is a really good feature in DayZero. I don't know if it's in the official DayZ branch yet, or if there's ever going to be it. But it's one of more part of what I really like about DayZero. Something else about DayZero I really like is that the players that play here are more experienced, generally speaking. Basically what you have to do to get on here is like with a lot of other private hives, you have to register your user ID, and that's it basically. So if you do cheat or hack or get banned, you're not gonna come back to any of these private hives. You're gone forever. That keeps a lot of the, for lack of a better term, dregs away from these servers, which is a really important thing for me. I'm gonna enter this building because I think it's unique to DayZero. And what else you'll find is that there are actually more people who play for survival here. I mean, the official stance is pretty much, and I think pretty much most of the DayZ community have succumbed to this notion that the majority of players are here to PvP, and basically what the administrators of DayZero have said is that, yeah, these are PvP servers. We accept that this is your wanted playstyle, and go ahead and do it. But it's not going to be like, it's not going to be someone sniping from 1.5 kilometers and kill people doing ridiculous amounts of damage, unless of course he's a really good sniper and he can hit your head every time. And that's not going to happen very often, you'll find here. What I really like about DayZero as well is that you will find a lot more stable gameplay. Like, even if there's 60 players on, which does happen quite frequently, especially on the most popular server, which is SE2. And what will happen is, like, the gameplay is going to be really solid. You will not have any amounts of lag, really. I haven't yet found any lag at all on these servers. You will desync occasionally, because I believe that's a part of the netcode of DayZero, or rather with Arma, which is the Arma 2, which is the engine which runs this game. You will find, like, occasionally some glitches and stuff like that, but generally speaking, these are the best and most stable servers I've come to play on. And I mean, I'm on a pretty highly populated server right now. There's about 40 people, and I have a really good, like, lag-free. I mean, of course, I've got to load the resolution to be able to stream on my computer with my graphics card and stuff like that. But generally, it's a really lag-free experience. Tencent has used the donated money from the community to upgrade the servers, upgrade the bandwidth. He even has some of them hosted at DreamHack, which is a big location for networking, computer gaming, esports and stuff, activities like that. And the locations have a really fat bandwidth pipe, which pretty much secures good gameplay and good service and all of that. So there's always, like, something that that is going to come with all of this, and that is, of course, there's going to be like something that, because he needs to pay for all these servers, like, and therefore there's like a VIP system where you, as for instance a donator, you get like full access to these servers, and there are reserved slots for the people who donate. And basically what you donate for is for the continued development, continued upgrade of these servers, and pretty much what you're donating for is the experience you're bound to have on DayZero. So I really find it worthwhile to have this. So personally, I donated, and what happens is basically there are 15 reserved slots on the servers, and the servers have a total of 60, I believe, per server. So what happens is when I log on and the server is sort of full, I mean, if there's 60 people online, I won't be able to get on. But the people who do not pay, they basically have 50 slots or whatever it is. So when user number 51 logs on, he's going to get kicked because that slot is reserved for people who actually donated. So that means that there are reserved slots for people like me, essentially. What else you get with VIP status or donator status is that you get a specific skin for it, and it's this one. Essentially, it's like it's not my face or the camel stuff that you can pick when you start here, but the actual like skin, it's sort of like almost like the camel skin on which you can find. It's a sort of civilian private military service thing. Ooh, server will auto restart in 1 minute. Log off now. Well, I guess that's pretty much sums up what DayZero is about. I think you should visit Zombies.NU, and I really think you should give it a try, because I find DayZero is pretty much what I wanted DayZ to be about from the get-go. Which was solid, stable, friendly gameplay, and pretty much essentially to me is as good as DayZ has been since it started, and I've played it for a year now or so. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'm signing off here, and I hope you've gotten some sort of idea of what DayZero is. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel or my Twitch channel, or both preferably, and if you have any questions, feel free to send them my way in the commentary section or when I'm live broadcasting. See you around.